people, how are you? I'm at Amy's house. How exciting! So today we're going to have special baby cuddles and lots of baby things to have fun with. But at the moment, he's still asleep, so we're going to leave him for a little while, let her do a bit of a feed soon, and then, do it. It's funny how babies are so unpredictable, aren't they? Because, like you plan this and you're like, yeah, we're going to do it, but then he's sleeping so nicely, so we'll just leave him. Hi, Bells. How are you? I love your blue. Look, is that a butterfly? That is so cute. Hi, Reborn under the sun. So, so yeah, it's really good. We're gonna later on after I do the live stream, I'm gonna do some more photos with him. I did some amazing photos yesterday. Hi, Deb. Bet you're looking forward to your meet this week. And hi, Terry. Hearts and Crafts. Thank you so much, Bells. Thank you so much. Tammy, hello. Hi, Angela. Hi, Squirrel. And Brandy. And Leslie. And Sonia with Mateo. My name's in it, not Jen. But thank you. Hugs to you too. So I can give everyone a little bit of a rundown on the birth story, because that's the next step what we are up to. So as all of you know, pretty much the baby is here. There's probably only a very few people who haven't heard the news yet or haven't even seen him, but I did do a live stream with him the other day, so you probably have seen it. Hi, Reborn Mama. I'm not going to be Lolly. I kind of wanted to be Lolly, as we all spoke about last week. Oh, thanks, Bill, for the new baby. It is plenty. I will make sure that he gets that. Don't you worry. Thank you so much. Hi, Evelyn. I'm doing good. I'll bring him out in a minute. Because how I said I'll just sort of let Amy do it, and whatever he likes. So she's been calling me grandma all the time. Sometimes she calls me Nanma, and I want it to be what they want. So if it's not to be, it's not to be. It's fine. Like I said, I respect what she wants. She says that how I was going to do Lolly and Pop. She says that Michael's really a grandpa to her, so he's not a pop. So that's all good. Thank you so much, Arlene. He is gorgeous. Hi, Sylvie. You're welcome, Belle. Thank you so much. Under the willow tree. Hi. So I keep missing your live, but yay, I got you today. How are you? Over the moon about your new grandbaby. Congratulations on beautiful Armani. Yes, he is so good. He's such a good baby. Cross fingers it stays that way. Hi, Gigi. Yep, welcome to being a grandma, basically. We're all grandmas, well, most of us anyway. Sorry, got a bit of a cough at the moment. It's night almost there. It's like just 8:30 in the morning here. Hi, Robin. Okay, so I'm not going to answer anyone's messages. I'm going to give you the birth story because a lot of people have been asking me what happens. And I know, like, when it comes to when you're close with someone, you just sort of want to know the details. So to some kind of degree, it's almost like when someone dies and you want to know what happened. So I'm going to give you all that story. Reborn on the sunset. Annette, are you all adjust with Armani's root them? Don't know what you mean there. Amy's doing good, so I'll tell you about that. Her. Hi, Reborn Fever Girl. Hi, Simone. Your grandson is due in October. Wow. And then Tammy's is due about the same time, is it? Robin said, I'm going to be a great grandma soon. That's exciting. Wow. Brandy said, I think for his birthday you should wait till the last minutes. He'd probably kill me, wouldn't he? Well, his grandmother's birthday, his great-grandma's birthday on the same day. So my kids graduated. I'm not ready to be a grandma yet. Me too. I just can't. When I hear the word grandma and they say grandma, I'm like, that's my mum. Who are you talking about? Like, it's really odd for me to hear that and to accept that as well. I accept that he's mine and he's my grandbaby, but when it comes to that word grandma, it's just like I can't connect it to myself. Like, if you know what I mean. I guess I guess most of you do know what I mean, and you know that over time you just get used to it when more babies come and everything, but it's just like, grandmahood is great. Deb said we called my mum grandma with my niece. Then when she started talking, she decided to call her mama. That's cool. Okay, so I'll tell you the story. Okay, so here we go. So it was last Friday. It was this is my Friday today. So this time last week, actually in the afternoon. So it's 8:30 now. So last Friday afternoon, 4 p.m., actually 3:30 p.m., I dropped Amy and Lockie off to the hospital where she was going to be induced. So that was all pretty exciting. We didn't know what to expect or where it would take us. I was sort of on call for that night. So I think it was about 6 o'clock, they induced her. Now, how they induced her is they put like a balloon type of thing inside the, just in the cervix, and it sort of like stretches out. I don't know the actual concept with it, but they put like so many mils or something in it, whatever like that, and it sort of stretches out, and it's supposed to stretch the cervix to 4 to 5 centimeters. I believe that was what it was. And then when it gets to that sort of size, the balloon will just drop out, and then they will induce her by breaking her waters. So that's how we started. And she said, so sorry if anyone's saying anything particularly at the moment, because I'm going to go through the story. Hi, Michael. That's okay. Reborn Collective said in South America we call grandmothers mama, followed by their first name. But I was going to get him to call me Grandma Lolly. So I don't know, kind of similar. So anyway, about... that's supposed to sort of stay in overnight. It's supposed to take some time for that to happen. And they were saying that they wanted me to be at the hospital on Saturday morning at 5 a.m, which was the actual moment that they would break her water. But I got a call just before midnight on that Friday night saying, Mum, my balloon has popped out. So they are going to break my waters. They're going to take me to the birthing suite and break my waters. And I'm like, oh my God, okay. I literally, remember that Friday when I said to you all I was going to spend the day in bed and then I was going to get an early night? It didn't happen. I literally, I did what I told you guys. I had a shower. I popped in bed. I was on my phone for a little bit, which I find relaxing, so it's okay. I laid down and I closed my eyes and I just couldn't. It was so crap. I was up and down, thinking up and down. And in the end, I think it was about 1 o'clock, I just literally got in my car and went and did some Pokemon hunting for a while because I knew that would pass the time and I'd really enjoy it. So that's what I did. So I literally didn't get any sleep. So and that night as well, I was excited, which I knew I would be. I knew I'd have trouble sleeping on the actual Friday night, so I was excited. So I probably got about an hour's sleep, an hour's good sleep, which was just phenomenally crazy. Now with my mum and Tiana, I said to them, look, if I get a call during the night, I'll just go up to the hospital and you guys can come up in the morning because, these things take time. And my mum was like, please, no, I want to come. I want to be there the whole time. I don't care how long. I just want to be there. Please ring me. So I ring my mum at midnight. It's time, Mum. They're going to break her waters now. Oh, right. She sound like she fell out of bed pretty much. And so Mum was coming to pick me up so we could go. So she said she'd be there soon. So Tiana and I just got our last minute things together and we were ready to go. I think we were on the road by about 12:15. I was driving. It's like about a 40-minute drive to the hospital where Amy was. So that was cool. We got there. We got in the car park. And as soon as we got to the maternity hospital, Lockie was out the front having a smoke. And so, we just sort of asked how she was going and that was it. We came inside, dropped Tiana and Grandma into the waiting room and I went into the birthing suite with Lockie. So when we went in there, it was pretty chill, pretty serene. Amy was just sitting up in bed. She wasn't really having any pains or anything. She was smiling, laughing as they do. I think her pain was like at a 2 or something like that. And we just had to wait for them to break her waters. So the first time they said that they broke her water, they actually didn't. She thought she had, but she hadn't. So nothing really happened. And Amy sort of said, well, I don't feel like anything's happened, that kind of stuff. Heart rate of baby and of mum was both doing great. Everything was fine, so we were happy. So there was a change of midwife at one certain stage. We had a different midwife, and she said, look, I'm not sure if that first break of waters actually worked. So, would you like me to have a look? And if not, we'll do it again. So Amy's like, yep. So then we did it, and yeah, it hadn't been broken. So they broke it, and there was like a flood come out. So they say sometimes it's not a flood, sometimes it's just a trickle, but this was a bit of a flood. So Amy's like, oh yeah, okay, that's it. So from that stage, Amy just literally, the labor started to progressively get a little bit worse, but she could still sort of handle it. She was, once the pain started to get a little bit harder, she went and just had a nice hot shower and stood in the shower. And but before that, they were a bit concerned about the baby's heart. It was like a little bit, it was fluctuating a bit. And they wanted to put the little clip on the baby's head, which is like a little tiny little screw which goes into the baby's fat in the head, and that sort of monitors the baby's heartbeat more. Now, this was just as Amy was trying to go to the shower the first time, and Amy was thinking, well, it's just because I'm moving around, it's nothing much. But she agreed that, okay, if we have to do that. Now, when they did that, that was probably the most traumatic of everything. They were finding it hard to get to the baby's head because it was still pretty high. And Amy was upset, and at this moment she was upset so much that she was crying, and her stomach was going like that, because when you go the stomach's going like this. And I was holding her hand, I'm trying to reassure her, but at that moment I literally freaked out, because I thought that they just put the clip on his head, and like anything, like let's say when you catch a fish, right, and it's just gone on the hook, it sort of wiggles. Well, her belly was jumping up and down like that because of her crying, but it actually looked like the baby had just had the clip put on and was like a fish, was feeling that pain and was kicking. Oh, I freaked out. I nearly just burst out crying, because I'm thinking, that poor little baby and poor Amy. But it wasn't that at all. So it was, I didn't let her know I was freaking out, but it wasn't that at all. It was, they couldn't actually get the clip on, so that was just her being upset and crying. But she said that was the worst thing. It really hurt, and she was really, really concerned about the baby. She didn't want that on at all. So anyway, they said at that time, all right, well, we'll just see how it goes. Go get in the shower and we'll see how it goes. So she got into the shower, and by this stage her pains were getting a little bit more, so that she'd have to stop walking, to breathe a little bit. But she really, really liked the shower. So then she asked if she could go into the bath. There must be certain laws in that about the bath. They have to get like permission, and they have to not sign a waiver, but they have to pretty much know that the hospital doesn't like it. But they filled this bath. It was quite deep and quite long, but it just pretty much looks like a plain bath. And she got in there, and that's probably when her pain started a little bit more. She was groaning a lot, and they were coming really quick. Like they were like every 2 to 3 minutes. So she wasn't getting much of a break. And towards the end of her being in this bath, they literally were coming back to back. She was getting no relief. It was just going crazy, and she's sort of like, I want an epidural. And so she asked me before she was in labour, she said, if I ask for an epidural, can you please try to talk me out of it? Because I'd like to go as natural as I can. So I sort of said, Amy, do you really want that? And she's like, yes. She yelled quite a few times, I have to say, but she was like, yes, I want it. Okay, I want it. And I'm like, okay, all right, well, if you want that we'll get it for you. So then she got the epidural. Now, epidural was pretty good for. At this stage when we were into the bath and that, we were 4 centimeters dilated. So it wasn't like we were really, you know, we were in active labour, but it wasn't progressing really, really great like you hope, you know. So anyway, she got out of the bath obviously to get the epidural. She was a little bit scared about that. That moment was a bit crazy because Lockie's like, I can't do this. So I'm like, I've got my arm behind Amy's arm here, and I've got this arm behind Lockie's arm, and I'm holding them both like that. And Lockie's like, I can't do it. I'm just like, just look at me, just look at my eyes. And I'm trying to say some funny things to him. But he was really a trooper. He handled it. He didn't pass out at that time. And he was just crazy frightened for her, I think, at that time. So she got the epidural. Everything went well with that. She had no feeling of the pains. She was just getting a bit of a numb, dead leg a lot. So I was sort of doing, some leg massages and feet massages, and just trying to sort of move her legs around and everything. So at that stage, sort of, I let them both sleep for a few hours. Now we're getting late into the day at this stage. She probably got the epidural about 9:30 in the morning. Sorry if I'm not answering anyone's questions, but I will get to them. So about 9:30 in the morning. So they slept. You got to think at this time, all through this time, my mum and Tiana are in the waiting room. So a long journey it actually was. So pretty much, long story short, the next time we got checked, like I said, I kept doing the leg massages and moving her legs around a lot because they were a bit numb. I had this wonderful app on, not app, but music on YouTube. It was I just looked for swimming fish, and it's a 12-hour swimming fish, like just a scream. It was really, really relaxing. It was so beautiful, and I had that going, and I put the tablet just near her belly, lower belly, to relax baby and to relax her too. So, and the room was sort of darkish. It was really quite nice. So they slept for a few hours, and then when we checked her next time, I think, well, it was in the afternoon. They did checks in between, but the next time they actually checked her dilation, she was 8 centimeters. So we were really, really excited. We were thinking, okay, all of what we're doing, this relaxation, everything is working. But at this stage, we found out that his face, like if you can imagine, his eyes were looking out, so up to the ceiling, when his eyes should have been looking towards her backbone. So they sort of said, oh, look, because of that, he hasn't really come down into the birth canal yet. So we'll give it another 2 hours. So they kept they'd give it another 4 hours. So that was sort of like a really long wait. It was crazy. You're thinking in that time, you're thinking she's probably ready. So what they said is when she got to 10 centimeters, then they would wait the hour just to make sure everything was fully ready, and then they would have her push. So, I think it was the next time was about 7:30 at night they checked her. So you got to remember, we've been there since, basically midnight. So 7:30 at night they checked her again, and she was 10 centimeters at this time. So we're just like, yes, she was 10 centimeters. She was fully effaced, like the lining of the uterus, I think it is, was completely thinned out and all good to go. So but they said he still wasn't in that birth canal because he was still face up. I asked if they could turn him or anything, but they said it's not something that they generally do, like easily. So anyway, they said, we'll wait the hour and we'll see how she's going then. So at this time, by the end of this, Amy was feeling pains again. So she was not feeling the full effect of pains, but she was definitely like, you know, moaning through each contraction and just really, really uncomfortable. And it was mainly because of the way he was laying, like he was like on a nerve. But the epidural didn't even help that at that stage. So we had to spike that up a bit and things like that. I should say, so too, earlier in the labour, when she was in the bath, they did give her gas, but that made her a bit dizzy, so she didn't want that again. She felt like she was going to vomit. So, so yes, when they got to the stage where they said, okay, that, you know, she'd be able to push, they had doctors get involved in that, and they said, look, you know, he's just not in the birth canal. You'll probably be pushing for hours, you know, and getting nowhere. So we say go for a caesarean. And at this stage, Amy was like all for it. She's like, yes, definitely. I've had enough. I'm tired. I'm sick of this pain. Go for a caesarean. So they put some extra stuff into her epidural just to make sure it was clear and good, and you know, so she wasn't feeling anything, and off she went and had a cesarean. And Armani Jace was born at 11:44 p.m. on the 15th of June, which is still on his great grandma's birthday, which was really, really exciting. But at that stage, I do have to say it was terrible for me. I literally stood beside her bed the whole time I was in that room. I let Lockie sleep. I only called him up to be with her when I knew that she really needed his support. So, you know, you remember me last week, I was so excited that I might be able to catch the baby and have that moment, you know, tick that box, so to speak. So, you know, I was obviously really, really happy for her, and I knew that they did everything they could. There was no way that she could deliver him vaginally. It would probably just would have never happened because of the way he was laying in that. But from me, I had, you know, that battle in my head of just being so upset, of being there for so long and then not getting to see him being born. So when I came out of the birthing suite and I went out into the waiting room with Grandma and Tiana, and mind you, there was a few times we got Grandma and Tiana into the birthing suite during that time so they could spend time with Amy as well. So they weren't in there in the waiting room the whole 24 hours. They were in and out, but mainly out there. But anyway, when I went out into the waiting room, I just did these things to my mum. I said, no, I can't talk. And I went straight to the toilet and I bawled my eyes out. I was just like devastated, absolutely devastated. But, you know, like all good things come to an end, and he's here now and he's amazing. And Amy has been amazing. Like I said, she had a cesarean on late Saturday night. She was out of the hospital Monday afternoon. She was walking around Sunday morning. She had a few struggles feeding. She's still getting used to that, but he is eating and she's getting so much milk. So he's doing really, really well. And each day she gets better and better. She's just slowly getting faster as she walks around. And but she's been really good, as in sharing him like with me. Like I thought she'd be really baby hog, but she's even sort of said, oh well, you know, whenever I want I can just come and get him and go for a drive or whatever. So they've been really, really good. I've been here helping out. I gave him a bath on Tuesday, and his other grandma was here yesterday, and I said maybe she might like to bath him, so she did then. But I've just been here during the day and letting them have a sleep while I've been doing a bit of a photography session. And I've had some amazing photos I've done of him, and I'm doing another photography session today after this live stream. So that is the story of where we're at to. I'm sure everyone has said a billion things, so I'm just going to go through them quickly. Reborn Collective said, I had one natural birth and it was insanely painful. Well, I had with Amy, I had full intervention. So I had an epidural with her, I had an episiotomy, I had vacuum extraction, and it was pretty good. I was fine, you know. Tiana was a cesarean, so I sort of know where she was at there. But Will was a full natural, no pain relief or anything, and not by me wanting it. Just they said that it wouldn't be good after a caesarean. I don't really understand why, but they wouldn't let me have it. And but his birth was my best birth out of all of them. Even though I had the whole full pain, it was definitely the best. Brandy said the epidural was when my husband went white. Yeah, they get a little bit nervous about it, don't they? And you completely understand why. They don't know what to expect, and here they see this big needle and everything, and knowing that you've got to sit really, really still. Reborn mama said I had 8 natural births, including twins, and it's a horrific pain you never forget. It is a pain you never forget, but I think, I don't know how you were, but I really always wanted to go back for more. It was something that you sort of got used to, and you kind of didn't mind. It was pain with a purpose. It's kind of like a drug. You got to have it. Hi, Carrie. Horrible pain, yeah. And Michael said, Annette, you win in the trauma department. Have mercy. Elizabeth said, I had all 3 of mine, 100% natural, no pain meds, all 3 over 8 pounds. Wow, you're a trooper. You need like a little badge, because that's pretty amazing. So sorry. Hello to everyone who has come on and said hello and I didn't see you. Sunny side up. Yes, Kendra, that's right. Reborn under the sun said doll parts. My sister got hers way too early, that the doctor told her, sorry, you're going to have to deal with the labour pains. She almost had a C-section. My nephew was 8'11". He was a huge baby. Now he's 6 for a while. Michael said, I think all mums deserve a medal for the trauma of childbirth. Yeah, pretty much. A lot of people don't get, what it's like. But I'm going to get him in a minute. I'm just going to steal him. But she might be feeding him. Reborn on the Sun said the main things that both mum and baby boy Armani are doing well. They are doing really well. I did forget to mention that because she'd been in labour for so long with her waters broken, quite often mums get an infection, and Amy got that, so she started to get a fever. So then they had to treat her with antibiotics, and because of that, just for precaution, Armani had to have antibiotics in the first 36 hours of his life. So when I finally got to go into the recovery room and meet him, he was about to get his cannula put in, and Lockie and Amy didn't want to see that. So they asked me to sit with him while he got his cannula. So as you can imagine, a little baby being so small, and they're putting this needle in like this long, I'm not joking, and they put it in, and he hardly fit. Just before they put it in, they put this little drop in his mouth, and he hardly flinched. So they put the needle in, and they've got it in like this, and they're going like this and this and this and this, trying to find a vein or blood. And they're doing that for a while. And I said to the midwife, I said, what, is that like some kind of anesthetic that you gave him? And she laughed and she said, no, it's just sugar water. It's just like literally sugar. And he's sitting here going, not even thinking about this, a complete trooper. And I'm not joking, no word of a lie. They were doing that for around 10 minutes. It was shocking. And then, finally, when you see a little bit of blood come out, they sort of put a little syringe just on the cannula to just draw some blood out so they can check him. And then, they closed all that off, and he had, if you've seen the photos of him, he had like a block here, and they sort of taped his hand around this block. But the cannula was still sort of sitting up like this. So at one stage when he was feeding, the cannula was back like this because his arm was sort of like this, and I'm just like, oh my God. But he handled it all really, really well. They all did, actually. So he's already so strong. But yeah, he's got veins like his mum. Hi, Alan. How are you? We're good. Sonia said, I had forceps delivery with my first. He was sunny side up. Yeah. Little cheeky buckers, hey. I do like how they kind of pushed they really waited quite a long time to decide. It wasn't a quick decision. And in one way, it was good because then he was born on my mum's birthday. Had she have had to have pushed, he definitely would have been born the next day. But we had some incredible moments. So my mum, obviously, like I said, it was her birthday. She was 72 years old. And 72 years ago, when she was born, not long after she was born, so she was born on the 15th. So on the 16th, very early hours in the morning, her mother passed away. So my grandmother died giving birth to my mother. I say it a million times and I'll say it again, don't let it discern you that I have such a major connection with my grandma. It's so uncanny. But there was one stage in labour, my mum had just come in and she said to Amy, don't worry, grandma's looking after you. And Amy said, yeah, I know. I felt her hand on my face. And I was just like, what? And Amy said afterwards when mum left, she said, I did, mum. I was laying there, I was having a contraction, and I felt this hand on my face, and she said, I felt fingers and a hand, and she said, and I looked over thinking it was you, and there was no one there. So she believed at that moment that it was my grandmother doing that. And then we had a great story from Patricia that she heard like a mindset in the lead up to the birth. It's a long story, but it's about 3 generations and how that he's the link to them. It's just amazing. So my mum and Armani's birthday is on the 15th. My grandmother passed on the 16th and Amy's birthday is on the 17th. So this thing that Patricia heard in her head was about a 3-day celebration, about 3 generations. So it's incredible. We've had so many moments. Even yesterday, I took some pictures of him in clear photography lights, and there were some little orbs in there. So I don't know if you believe it or whatever like that, but I'm not like a huge believer of that stuff, but I think sometimes you've got to just open your heart to it and think, well, there's a possibility, and if it is, how special, what beautiful moments could they be? Arlene said, I've a grandma of 5 and I watched all 5 come into the world. It was awesome. It would be awesome. I hope I had that opportunity. I know a lot of times, especially when you have sons, that you don't get that opportunity. You love being pregnant. I love being pregnant too. It's one of the best things in the world. Thank you for my ribbons. Thank you for the congratulations. Belle said she signed the bib I got from her. I keep it on display. Ah. Talk about the things that I've been making. I've got to show you this. Oops. As part of my photos here today, I've made this for him. So Armani Jace Cadell, 15th of the 6th, 2019, £7.5 he was, if anyone asks. 11:44 p.m. He was born at 48 centimetres. So if any of you guys want this sort of thing made for your reborn babies or even your grandbabies, I've got the machines at home that I can do all of that, and it doesn't take too long. So that's what we're going to get some photos of him wearing today. So sorry that I'm not answering everyone's messages. I'm just trying to sort of flick through. Elizabeth said, I hope to do my first box opening tomorrow night. I'm getting Adora awake. Wow. Put that up there. I'll go up there. I think I need to go and steal him. I need to go and see what's happening. Okay, so I'm going to be one moment. Give me a moment. you're going to have to bear with me because he'll need a feed soon and he'll need a change. But if you bear with me, we can do it all together. So here's Armani. I just pulled him out of his bed. Armani, say hello to everyone. They're all like your aunties. Hello, look at those lights. They're a bit much for you. Hello. Hello, Bubby boy. Oh, Grandma woke you up. Oh, what a big yawn. Do you say hello to everyone? I'm going to have to flick all the way down to everyone. Hey. Say hello. Say, my name's Armani. And I'm a good boy. I'm a good boy. Yes. Watching your grandson born is the best thing in the world. He's gorgeous. Oh. Oh. Hey. Hands up saying, don't video me. What was that? What was that? Is that a yucky taste in your mouth? Thank you for clicking the like button. I appreciate that. I'll put him up here. Whoops. Grandma ruffles you around, doesn't she? All these lights. They're not harsh lights, by the way. They're quite soft lights. You keep crying happy tears. I know. Isn't his rooting very precious? Look at that, guys. So I'm going to be taking photos of everything. I've already been requested by quite a few people to take some nice close-up shots. You know, I had someone comment on one of my videos yesterday about a baby I made. And she said, in the comment, she said, that's far too much mottling. And I had to laugh because, you know, there was a time yesterday he had mottling all over his body and it was quite full on, you know. And I thought they mustn't know about babies, you know, like there's not, you know, there's times when they've got a lot of mottling. Are you going to say hello to everyone? Hey, you're being a very good boy today. Oh, you found your hand. Now I'm just going to go again so I can put a bottle on warm for him. Amy's been expressing, so... very content at the moment, that's for sure. Hey, you say hello to everyone still. Dave gave you lots of love. I want lots of grandbabies, but I don't think I'll be getting any more. Makes me sad. It's definitely, hang on a minute. Hey. I know. You're not getting anything out of that hand, are you? And you won't get anything out of that either. You know, like you think about, like at one stage my husband was grumbling. He's not a big baby person, my husband. And he was whinging about it at one stage and how it's going to be hard and having a baby around all the time. And I said, you've got to be grateful. Like his brother one of his brother doesn't even have children, so will never have the opportunity. And the other one, their kids, they're grown up now, they're in their 30s, and you know, they look unlikely to be, you know, going down that road too. So I said, it's such a blessing. Not everyone gets to have it. We're getting there, mate. We are getting there. Change this over. So he's been really good feeding wise as well with, you know, she's got so much milk, so she's been expressing. But he's been really good feeding. Not warm enough yet. Good feeding from the bottle and the breast. Like he's really a clever boy. Look, we're going to bring this down a little bit. Yeah, you know what? No one minds when you cry like that. Like that's a joy. It's a joy for us. Let me just see if I can get this happening right. Nope. Go back a bit. Whoops. Sorry, guys. Trying to get it around so you can watch a bit. Hey. Oh, really? It's horrible when you wake up and you want some food. Hey. Let's have a look. Let's have a look and see if this is ready. Let's have a look. I think you can have it. Let's have a look. I'm going to say that a lot, aren't I? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Oh, don't be a guts. Yummy milk, yes. Mummy's milk, hey. And this is just a bit. You would like much more than that. Keep going. I know, slow down, right? Have a breath. Oh. Oh. You're right there. It's good, is it? So good. So, go. No, this one is what you want. Even this sort of moments like this, a lot of people don't get to witness it, You know what I mean? It's sad. Yeah. Trying to control the flow, that's right. And he's having a bit of a fluffing in his bottom right now. Hold the bottle horizontal, but then he'll get too much wind, too much air through. He will be. That's okay. So like this. Whoa, that one was good to get out. So you reckon like this, Kenda? Yeah. It's filling up. It's good. Get that out. Feels good to get that out. Whoop, we're still going. Farty pants. Usually when they suck a little air, they pause. Okay. He's good at it. How do you feel after that? How do you feel? He's still filling his pants. It's like a little train set in there. Whoa. Yes. His eyes look more like Amy's. I know it's still early to say, but yeah, it does, doesn't he? I need to give you a burp. I know you're looking around. I'm just going to get his wipes. I'm going to have to change him. Come here. So set it up so you all can watch. Hey. Take this over here. Take this over here. Actually, I might do it another way. I've got to get the camera working so that I can still keep his privacy intact, but letting you guys see him getting changed. So don't worry, I'm not going to make anyone sick here. Just got to get this working. See what Grandma does to you, Armani? Yeah. Gotta get used to this, hey? Hey. How's that going? That might be good. Good boy. still gonna give him this that last bit of the bottle because he's still calling for it. Then you'll have to have some more when great grandma gets here, won't you? There you go, you've done it all, you've finished the rest. There you go. Good boy. Good boy. Have a look. Have a look. Take that for a minute. Grandma's going to see if we can get this looking a little bit better. Sorry, what am I doing here? You're like, Grandma, do you have to? Do you have to? Yes, I do. What I'm going to do is, I've turned it around, haven't I? Let's see if we can get this happening. It's not going to happen, is it? He's there. Hang on. We're going to make it happen. Trying to get that lower. Okay, nearly there, but then that's going to show yourself, isn't it? That's what we don't want to do. Just want to get it about there. Oh, no. Sorry guys, really sorry about this, but I've got to think about his privacy. Hey, if Grandma could do this, it'd be really good. Well, I'm failing, guys. I'm failing. I'm sorry, Armani. I'm sorry to you guys. You're just looking at ceilings. It's just this bloody... It's a bit better. We could just go like that. I know you're all being really patient with me. Something's working now. Okay, I finally got the try to work. Okay, so put your back there. I'm just leaving you sit it, aren't I? It's naughty. There we go. I knew I'd get it. I knew I'd get it. Now, generally, he doesn't really like getting changed. but I think he likes looking at himself. Can you see yourself? Can you? Hey, look at that. What a good looking baby. What a good looking baby. Hey. Hello. Hello. Look at that. Hey. Yeah, Grandma has your nappy. Some wipes. Yeah, just make sure no one can see anything there. No, that's your privacy, isn't it? It's your privacy. It's a good boy. It's not as bad as it was the other day, hey? You don't mind getting that done now. There we go. Look at that. Have a nice stretch. Look at a stretch. Having a stretch with your legs. Look at them. Look at those stretchy legs. And look at all that mottling, hey? That feels good, doesn't it? Sorry, I can't see what anyone's saying at the moment. Thank you. Oh, did you give yourself a fright? Did you give yourself a fright? It's a lot to take in, isn't it? All this new stuff. Put your nappy on. Up we go. Up we go. Look at that, hey? Look at that. Hello. Got to get you dressed so you can talk to everyone again. Now that you've had your bottle. Hey? Today we're going, Mummy said we're going Mickey Mouse. That's new. Oh, someone got the hiccups. Who got the hiccups? Who got the hiccups? You can see that mottling on his hand. You know that we're all going to be using you as a little bit of a prototype, a model for us. Yes. Come here. Here we go. Hiccups. Hiccups. Got too excited. It's too much going on, isn't it? I know. There's too much going on. There's too much going on. So while I'm doing this and while you're not too bad, we're going to turn around so we can get some nice looks at you. Hey. Say hello to everyone. It's all new, isn't it? He's like, I don't really want that. I'll get your clothes back on. I know, I do it a lot, don't I? Put this in here. Put this in here. There we go. What is happening here? We've got a funny button. Oh, there it is. We don't really have a funny button. We don't really. Just Grandma wasn't looking properly. Grandma. There we go. I gotta get your arm back out here. Where is it? There we are. And Mama gave you this one. Oh. 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 So I have to do selfie look right now. I'll fix my top a little bit there. Let's put that there. Now, let's see what everyone says. Baby blossoms. When my babies were born, their feet were beet red. Oh, really? These little feet here. Oh. And it for hiccups, if you have string, wet it and roll it up a bit and put it on his forehead. That would make the hiccups go away. Wow. He's actually not normally this alert. It is so funny. He's normally always sleeping or won't open his eyes properly. Kendra said, did you know in the Hispanic culture when baby gets the hiccups, it means they are cold and need their diaper change? I'm learning a lot of new beliefs from my extended Hispanic family. Wow. There we go. Lorna's the first to call you AJ. Say hello, Auntie Lorna. Hello, Auntie Lorna. And say hello, Tina. Oops, I zoomed in there. Good luck with that one. It is a cute outfit. He needs some socks. I know. I've got my hands on his feet at the moment, snuggling them up. He's snuggling them up with my hands. You get hiccups if you need to wee. Wow. Come here. Let's fix that up a little bit. Have a little look around. He's so alert. You need to get the camera this way. Have a look around. I know. Let's put you down a little bit like that. Hello. What is around here? Look at you, you little Mr. Clever. Just like your mommy, hey? She likes sitting with her neck up like that. He's got good neck control. Okay. He looks like his mummy at the moment. Yeah, he does, doesn't he? Oh. some toys over there that you can't even see, but he has got a strong neck already. Hey. Hello. Hey, Armani. Hello. Yeah. What's going on? Everyone looking at you. What do you see? Oh, there's a bit of a grouchy face. He is, isn't he? Just to think he's only 6 days old. Look at him looking around. This is what I mean. This is things that people miss. You know, some people who never have children, not able to have children, they don't get to know, you know, what they can be like. Obviously, they're so fragile, but they also can be so curious, you know. He's pushing his legs up there. Already, it's like he's crawling up. Well, Grandma doesn't have any more in there anymore. I'm sorry. Hey. So where is it? I can't find it. You can't smell anything there, remember? Julie says your hiccups are getting louder. Is that right? Oh. Let's just get you down. Relax you a bit more. Whoa. I'll wait till because he only had like about 30 ml in that bottle, so I'm going to wait till his great grandma gets here soon so she can have a moment to feed him. Yeah, absolutely. They have fantastic instincts, don't you? Hmm? Yes, I'm going to grab water. Elizabeth said, time for me to head to bed. Good night, sweet dreams. Good night. It's almost time for us to head off, isn't it? Hey? Hey? I was going to actually see if I got a first love story. Hang on. Just give me a minute, guys. I brought a story from home to read to you. I know. I know. I know it's not really what you want, is it? It's not really what you want. So, let's see if I... Whoops. I'm dropping this again. Where can we put this? Where can we put this? I'm talking about the camera, guys. Let's go like that. And go like that, and we should be good. We should be good. So Grandma is going to read Armani his first ever story. So that should be good. You want that? You can just relax. So I brought a story from home. It's Matilda's. It's called A Baby is Born. A baby is born. Is that about you? Yes, it is. Now Grandma's gonna fiddle again because that's what I do. Gonna get used to it. He's gonna get used to me fiddling because I can't help it. You know me, guys. Okay, a baby is born. I'm gonna share the picture with everyone else, okay? And you too. Okay. A baby is born underneath the sea. Perfect story time. We turn down the lights. Okay. The next part of the story is a baby is born in the dewy green glen. Hey, you don't like that baby. You don't like that baby. You don't like that baby. It's a nice one. It's a little deer. See? See that one? I know you need some more milk. A baby is born in a cozy, warm den. There we go. Yes, you look at that. It's nice to be cozy and warm, isn't it? He's actually looking at the book. And now and me. A baby is born in the dark of the night. Oh, that one would be like Armani. He was born in the dark of the night. Have a look at that one. Wow. What a special night. Yes. And then a baby is born bathed in bright morning light. Oh. I see someone else has donated some money to Armani, so I thank you for that. I'm not sure who it was, but I really do thank you for that. I appreciate it. Everything goes to him, okay? That's annoying. Oh no. Oh no. Going to the toilet again? I know. I know. A baby is born in a bed of soft hay. Look at this one. Look at that. Oh, you don't like the horsies. Grandma's not maybe a fan of horsies either. See? I know. The next one, a baby is born. A baby is born when tucked away and then tucked away. And that one is just us. It's Australian with a kangaroo. A baby is born and then tucked. Yes, you can see that. And then tucked away. In deserts, on snowbanks and under the seas, on mountains, in valleys and in tops of trees, all over the world, every night and each day, a baby is born, special in its own way. Yes. And that's the end of the story. All happy again. And stop fussing with him, even though he's gonna have like a couple of hours of fussing because I'm gonna photograph him. So thank you everyone for joining me on today's stream. I know you need to say goodbye, don't you? You need to say goodbye. say goodbye, everyone, and thank you for seeing me today, and thank you for welcoming me into the world. And you'll get to see so much more of me growing every month. Yes. Did you wake Mummy up? You let her sleep. Thanks, guys. And thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate it. It was a good opportunity for me to be able to show you him and let you all meet him properly. Okay, bye, guys.